Hello and welcome to the Krolmeister Sisters podcast. I'm Risa.
I am Ariana.
And we are the Krolmeister Sisters. Just as a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for mild language and drinking mention, I guess, alcohol mention, references to drinking, and some maybe references to mild violence. I don't know.
Oh,
If
okay.
you would like a G-rated podcast about Nancy Drew, Her Interactive has their own podcast called Unlocked, which it mostly has been interviewing people who work at Her Interactive.
There's been mostly a lot of
voice
actors, which I did not realize that this one chick voices like Aunt Bet and Hilda Swinton.
Swinton.
Thank you. But yeah, she voices it on. Anyway, there's a bunch of really great the voice actors, and then there's like Little Jackalope has an interview, I believe. Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah. So if you want to listen to that, that's rated G. Go along, listen to that. Today,
you wanna get real, stick with us.
Yeah,
okay,
totally.
I'm sorry, we can move forward, sister.
Today, we've been just talking about specific games on our podcast so far, but today we have a theme. What is the theme today, sister?
The games whose endings disappointed us the most.
Yes. So, games where we felt incredibly disappointed at the end, if we feel like we were, conned maybe a bit out of a good ending in some of these.
Yeah.
Just
kind of
things where we just feel
had our good ending stolen. It's like,
yeah, I feel ripped off.
Yeah.
Games where in the end, you get to the end and you just feel like you've been ripped off. That kind of game.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with I feel it's like one of the biggest perpetrators of this. Secrets Can Kill.
The original. Okay, now I will say the remastered is kind of silly. If for no other reason than the fact that the villain is super obvious the entire time and looks like he should be on a registered sex offender site.
He really does.
The one that we're actually going after this time is the original.
Yes.
The one that starts our Nancy Drew lives. We don't even get to know the bad guy.
Yeah. We have no clue who the fuck he is.
Him.
We've never met him before. He just shows up with a gun. Like
at the bottom of some stairs, lives in the shadows.
It's like, really, dude? Like, what the fuck?
It's super upsetting. Oh, but yeah, no, it's basically it's really unfortunate because it's in the very early stages of the Nancy Drew series, which if you have played them, then you know that they liked to actually hide clues for you that weren't, clues that Nancy would find, but rather Easter eggs that you could find, and they would lead you to understanding how to do puzzles or knowing who the bad guy was. And so this was the start of it. And we got to feel like we were kind of immersed in it all. We were like, oh yeah, this dude left clues for us in the bulletin boards. And oh wow, you feel so immersed, and then you feel so taken out of it when you realize that you could not have caught the bad guy because he was not within your grasp.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the most aggravating thing because there's no clue. You have no idea. There's no way to know. And it's like that same feeling when you read like a bad detective novel and they just bring in someone in the last minute and it's just like, no, I don't know. Especially since you have to
accept this.
Didn't we have to change discs just to get to that pharmacy? Wasn't that the only place on disc 2?
No.
No, it totally was. There was one location on disc 2. One location. And that was the worst part of it, is that we'd have to go to that stupid location like twice in the entire time.
And I don't know about the rest of you guys, but our game had a tendency to crash when we went in between discs.
Yes.
So we'd have to do that whole bit a lot.
Yes. We got to a place where it was like save before we changed between. locations.
We're at the map.
Every
Save.
single time.
Save.
Every
Save.
single time. Because we literally, it just every time it would ask, please load disk 2. We'd open the disk drive. Crash.
Yep.
So it was just frustrating because we never wanted to go there. So it took us forever to catch the culprit because we didn't want to go to the one place where we could catch him.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a maddening game.
It is.
I'm really glad that everybody sucked it up and stuck it out because we get to have all these great games that we have now.
But
even though we started with that one.
At least that's like most people did not. That wasn't the first game they played, which is good because then we all went back to play it and we were already in the games and we were just like, wow, that was bad.
Oh, this is silly.
But it's okay because we paid $10 for that one plus stay tuned for danger.
Exactly.
In the good old days. And they still cost that same price. Actually, no, you have to pay $10 to buy and play something that might not even work on your computer. I still can't believe that they're doing that on their website. Is they're literally selling all their old games for $10 still. I'm like, I could go on Steam and buy it for $7, or wait till the winter sale and just buy it for $2. Why would I be paying you guys $10 for a game that's 15 years old?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what other company expects you to do that because it's ridiculous.
Shh. If they hear you, they may pull their Steam stuff, okay?
That's true. That's true.
If any of y'all snitch, we're coming after you. Because snitches get stitches.
Okay. So our next game.
What, I'm not allowed to threaten our listeners now? No?
No, you're not.
Screw you.
The next game we feel. So this one, to us, it's partially that we're disappointed with how it ends, and partially we're disappointed in the character for doing it. So, Shadow at Water's Edge.
Which Risa titled as the section, I'm not mad, Rentaro. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, I am mad at him.
I'm kind of mad.
I'm mad
at him for gaslighting her.
See, that's the thing that makes this, like, a lot of people will probably be like, wow, how is this a disappointing ending? Like, to be fair, yeah, it's exciting and everything, but I feel like it's disappointing in the fact that, first of all, one of our last puzzles is just a fucking nonogram. Or runogram or whatever. No, it's the nonogram.
Yeah, it's nonogram.
I was just like, are you kidding me? I have to do this big old fucking nonogram to get to this thing? We never get any sort of actual closure. We don't get any actual closure on the mom.
Mm-hmm.
On how she actually felt. We don't get any closure on what actually really fully happened.
Side note, y'all. Their mom killed herself, okay?
Yeah,
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't argue with us. She killed herself. End of story. It doesn't matter what they say in the game.
See, I specifically think that she killed herself because she was a closeted lesbian.
Yeah, that is one of our theories.
Yeah.
What's her
Marianne.
name? Marianne, thank you. I was going to say Eleanor, and I don't know why.
So that's what we think. That's our little thing, just side note. So it's just kind of really disappointing we don't get any real closure on that. It's just left at this vague, it was an accident. She slipped on some rocks.
But I was supposed to have cleaned those rocks.
So
poor Miwako.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Miwako who was supposed to clean the rocks. It was Takei. She's the one who was saying.
Miwako feel responsible? No.
Miwako found her. That was the thing.
Right, but wasn't she supposed to have... No, I thought she was supposed to clean the rocks. And
Takei said that it was her fault because she was the one who knew everything in there. There were places on the rocks where it got mossy and stuff, places where it wasn't safe. So that's what she says, is that she knew all the places, and she knew that the mom was upset. I don't remember the mom's name.
Regardless,
Kasumi was upset. She knew Kasumi was upset.
Okay.
And she had her go in there anyway, and she was, because she was upset because the Kai said, no, you can't go see your friend. There's stuff to do at the inn.
You can't go see your lesbian girlfriend.
Who you've just been, talking to over, like, pen pals, I guess. You don't get to actually meet her. It's like, aw. That's so, like, upsetting. It's so sad. And then to just top it all off, it's like we go to this place and we see the whole time we're humanizing Rentaro, and it's just disappointing to me that then we have to take it to that place that her had to take it there of this domestic abuse situation, because that's what's going on. Rentaro is completely gaslighting Miwako. He's manipulating her. He's trying to make her do what he wants.
He's trying to get her into a situation where she doesn't feel comfortable with the rest of her family, where she doesn't have a support structure, so that he can be the only one that's there for her, which is totally fucked up. And they don't actually address it.
No, they don't. They don't address that. Especially since there's, like, I also feel like maybe I'm just a bitch, but I never let him tell Miwako himself. In the end, I always go and tell her, because I'm just like, this isn't one of those, you get to redeem yourself by doing the right thing. No, you deserve to not be a part of this family anymore.
I see it as, because we don't actually get any kind of confirmation that she ever forgives him. We get the idea that she is slightly not as pissed at him. So I see it as sort of like it's a Miwako getting to go, no, fuck you, get out.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm glad you came forward. Good for you. Get out of my fucking place.
Pretty much. Because, like, who does that? That is some fucked up shit. That's some fucked up shit. Yeah, I'm going to take the stories of the ghost of your dead mother, which is still a huge issue with you. You found her dead. Or is it Yumi who found her dead?
It may have been Yumi. Because
I think it was Yumi.
She's, like, all dissociative and playing dress up.
I know. It's just, like, she, like,
look, my food is happy.
Like, these girls are so damaged. Like, they went through some severe trauma. They're having to deal with this stupid American girl who's just like, hey, what about your dead mom? That subject that's just really touchy with you guys because it's still a fresh wound, pretty much.
It's like, Nancy, you are coming over to Japan to teach children. So you knew this was a plan, you coming over to Japan. You didn't bother studying, I don't know, how their social structure works.
I know, you don't just do that. Like,
just come in all tactless.
Oh my god, Nancy.
This is not your business.
Seriously. Just,
But yeah. So
that's why we find the ending to Shadow at Water's Edge disappointing.
Yeah. Although the rest of the game, honestly, it's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna put it right out there. I played that game more times than I think any of the other games.
That's not true.
One of my favorites. No, I'm pretty sure it's true. Because I played that without you more than once.
Sister, I think Secret of the Scarlet Hand is the one we've played the most.
Because I don't remember that one nearly as well.
Yeah, but we played that when we had no other Nancy Drew games to play. We would just replay that one over and over again because we had several copies of the disc.
I hate that one.
We had so many copies of the disc. So we would just like...
That's fine, we've got 5 others.
So it's like, if we couldn't find any other game, we could at least find Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Which brings us to our next one. Gotta switch the order up since this was a good segue.
Okay, just because it's a good segue. Okay, good. Because I was like, that's
Secret of the Scarlet Hand. We find that.
Okay. Story-wise, obviously, it's obvious that
Taylor Sinclair.
I was gonna go describing him anyway. Skeezy Taylor Sinclair is the bad guy, but that's not our issue with the ending. It's the stupid fucking poem.
It's the poem. It's the fact that, okay, let's just say in the times where we don't succeed, right? We go in there, we end up dying. We just die, right? We straight up suffocate. Does that mean that Henrik and Joanna and Alejandro are just standing out there while we suffocate?
They're like, okay, let's work on our rhymes, guys. Okay, we got to make sure that everything that we say works well together. Is she okay? She's good? Yeah.
That's the
thing.
Don't worry. That's the thing. is it's just like, I don't know. It's so frustrating to me that they're just standing there and you open
Yeah.
up the door from,
These
like,
bitches
you just
didn't
nearly
bother to
suffocated to death, right? You just nearly died and you come out and no one's calling, an ambulance or something for you to make sure you're not, brain dead or something from being without air for so long.
It's fine. We know how long she's been in there. Don't worry about it. We've been watching the whole time.
I
Where's
know.
Taylor? Why are none of you holding him down on the ground?
They let him go, and then
In all
they're just saying
fairness,
this
Henrik
really
has just been
bad
in the
poem.
hospital for a while, so I
But then
can excuse him.
the thing is are they not real? Were they not actually out there? Does Nancy come out and is just like completely just like hallucinating them? Like, no matter what way I try and think of it, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, Nancy was hallucinating them.
And that's
No,
why they
that's
didn't
that's
stop
officially my
Taylor.
excuse for that stupid fucking ending.
I actually prefer the idea that they just let Taylor run away, throw her in there, try to suffocate her, just let him go away, and just assume that Nancy's just going to get herself out of there.
Alejandro, why don't you write this one, okay? Well, you make sure that, we've all got a line, okay? And make sure that it really works with how we speak. Oh, it doesn't work with how we speak at all. Because the rhymes don't even work. It's not even, like, in their speech patterns. These are not written like anything else in the game. There's no dialogue that matches this. Apparently, I'm going to really go off on this one, even though we've got literally one line about this in the show notes, and it's poem! ! Anyway, my being, it doesn't even fit. It's the worst. I hate it.
Yes, it's just bad. Like, it's just so bad.
Yeah, it's awful, and I hate it, and we're gonna move on, okay? Can we move on, sister?
We are. We're moving on to the Shattered Medallion.
The Shattered Medallion, which I accepted begrudgingly.
I don't feel like it needs too much of an explanation about why, but we're gonna give you one anyway.
See, she writes in the show notes, does this need an explanation? And I go on to explain. Because I actually genuinely like this game. I've played it more than a few times, and she has not.
I've played it a few times. I'm not.
But I just said I've played it more than a few times.
Well then. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Andrew and I were playing it together, and I don't even think we finished it because we were just so not into it. We were just like, click, click.
You have to get to the ending.
No. It's not a good ending.
Okay.
Sister,
it's a terrible ending.
It's not a good ending. It's not a good game.
No. Okay. Beg to differ. But, okay. As far as actually ending the story, it's terrible. It's absolutely horrible. But at the same time, as a sequence, let's pretend it wasn't the ending, it's enjoyable.
No, it's not. It's stupid.
Well, we get Patrick and Sunny, and it's like, if Patrick gets to actually use the fact that he sinks to the bottom of water because he's like a gorilla.
Okay.
Do gorillas actually sink? Is there? Can somebody tell me? You're looking at Andrew. Do gorillas sink?
He's not in the room.
Okay. Oh, yes. Adam says yes that they do.
See?
So exactly what Patrick says because of the muscle. But anyway, regardless, we get Patrick getting to use his gorillaness.
That's true. I agree. Patrick is basically the only redeeming quality of that game to me.
He's the best thing ever.
We will cover that later.
When I do a thing eventually about how he's the best character in the entirety of Nancy Drew, we'll talk about that. But anyway, so the issue with the ending being the ending is
Kiri.
Thank you. Kiri doesn't really get much of a punishment, and as far as being the quote unquote bad guy, because she's not.
And let's also touch on the fact that we choose the bad guy to be the only native person, the only person who's Maori.
Is she Maori?
Yeah.
She doesn't look very Maori. Anyway, although to be fair, Sunny doesn't look very Korean.
He does not. That's my thing. But the bad guy being the only like native person is really awkward, and I feel the same way about Kapu Cave. That our bad guy is the native guy, and I'm like, that's really, really, like, not a good choice, friends.
But Mariazi isn't a bad guy.
That
so
is true. You are correct.
I'm just
You
gonna
are
bring up
correct.
like literally the one other native person I can think of in it.
Yeah.
That does not bode well.
It doesn't go. No.
No. If y'all are like surreptitiously listening to this, that does not bode well.
I don't know. Someone's been disliking all of our YouTube videos, so maybe it is our employee.
We did joke that somebody went through and disliked all of our videos, like just which,
Yeah.
in all fairness, Risa did post a link to our thing on
Reddit. But I only got upvotes. It's 100% upvoted on Reddit. So
so we're like, maybe it's the people from her trying to,
yeah.
But why would that?
Maybe it's Tammy Tucky. Tammy Tucky from Unlocked.
Tammy Tucky. Thank you. I was remembering it's looking like her last name looked like Turkey, and that's why I was able to remember it. The Tucky part, and I couldn't remember the first name.
Yeah, maybe she's doing that because
she knew I was going to make fun of her name.
Are encroaching. I don't know. But yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that part, at least. And yeah,
for the most part, it feels like a setup for eventual spied stuff. Which, where's our spied stuff?
Where's our game, sister?
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's another good point. Where's our game? But yeah, I feel like
I never really liked the spied stuff to begin with. Like, it was fun, and then like building up to Medallion. That's another reason why this game ending is so bad for me. It's so disappointing. Is that we have all this build up of meeting Sunny June. We're gonna meet Sunny June. Oh my gosh, we've been reading about him since Secret of the Scarlet Hand. He's been there the whole time,
I'm glad we went Scarlet Hand to Medallion now then.
So it's like we've had all this build up of him, and then we start learning about all the spied stuff in Tomb of the Lost Queen, and so we're so psyched to finally meet Sunny June, and he's just a complete letdown.
Oh,
I just feel completely let down. I feel like his writing was just not very good. I just am not. I didn't like his dialogue. I didn't like the story we got given. I mean, like it was better once they added in all the Jin stuff. I mean, I like all of that stuff because I think that was cute. The family thing. But at the same time,
when life hands you a cute old man
pretending to play the trombone, you take it. I really identify with Lena.
I like Lena.
But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the spied stuff just kind of went
See, that's why I'm a member of Spied and you're not.
Yep, pretty much.
There's always one sibling that's a member of Spied. Joe Hardy is also a member of Spied. Not to name any names, but
yes, because Frank, much like me, thinks it's stupid.
Frank was like, this dude doesn't make any sense, No, he totally makes sense. The Anunnaki man.
That was actually a pretty good show.
Thank you. Yeah. Which version? No, wait. Joe stayed the same.
Yeah, Frank he was just. Yeah, Joe's been the same guy the whole time. He was interviewed. I haven't listened to it yet.
Was he?
Yeah,
he was. That one.
He was.
I really listened to Ned's though, guys.
I listened to the one of Fatima. They interviewed Fatima, so I was excited.
Yeah.
She also did JJ Ling. She also said some incredibly inaccurate stuff about voice acting. I'm gonna put that out there. She did. She tried to say that Americans and Canadians don't use parts of their vocal cords, and that's not true.
I will do another one. See, I am all kinds of side ones that we can do. We're gonna have an entire podcast devoted to Patrick,
and an entire one devoted to their freaking dialects.
Yeah, let's okay. Yeah, dialects. It's so funny. What is it? Somebody posted a thing on Tumblr about how they wanted to be they wanted to like be a part of the art team for her interactive for all the Nancy Drew games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's such a great dream to have." And I'm like, I've always wanted to just be one of the voice actors, like not even one of the main ones, just like a random one.
Like a Fatima. You want to be a Fatima.
Yeah, maybe not even a Fatima. Like Fatima, like I could be one of the girls in the cafeteria line at Waverly Academy. That is perfectly okay with me.
Talking about finding a teacher sexy? Is that what you want to do? Is that what one of them does?
I think they may. Probably.
Some
Teenage girls are weird.
Teenage girls are weird. I mean, they eat lettuce on bagel.
Right? Bagel, lettuce, bagel. Ew. Screw you.
You don't even want mayonnaise on it? Like, or cream cheese? Like, Jesus. It's just the worst. Just dry bagel.
Stuff.
I'm sorry.
Goddamn rich people and your dry bagel shit. Anyway.
Well, that's how they keep rich. They put just, cheap lettuce on bagels instead of splurging on avocados. That's how they can afford houses.
They don't buy avocados.
The new trend should be lettuce toast.
I don't like that at all.
Lettuce toast.
Lettuce toast. What's a tostada, Risa?
So, side note, tostadas in the U.S. we refer to like a flat tortilla that's been fried or baked to be crispy, and then you put like, beans and then meat and all that stuff on top of it to eat. When I was in Costa Rica, one of my classmates, we went to a seaside town, and she ordered what was it, guacamole tostada, and she was expecting a tostada with like guacamole and stuff on it. What she got was toast with avocado smeared on it. Because in Costa Rica, as opposed to Mexico, you don't. Tostada is literally just toasted bread.
I love Costa Rica so much. Their food is 100% just, you take this food and you cook it.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's not like a bunch of mix and stuff or anything like that. It's like, no, it's all very simplistic, and I love that. But at the same time, it was very like it was very off-putting considering we grew up in like a Mexican town.
Yeah,
we grew up right next to the border.
So like we went to a Mexican restaurant there, and I ordered an enchilada, and I ended up getting a burrito smothered in just tomato sauce, pretty much. And I was just like, what is this? Right. But that is why we think Shattered Medallion has a disappointing ending.
Oh, see, I was gonna do a nice little segue. It's gonna be like, plain sauce. Oh, plain food. Oh, England. Oh, Curse of Blackmore Manor.
There we go. You got it. You got there.
Yep. Boyfriend can't hear me, right?
He cannot. He is listening to an ebook.
Oh, good.
But yes, Curse of Blackmore Manor. I feel to me, so just to me,
we have two different reasons why we find this ending disappointing.
My first one is that Jane gets let off the hook real bad. I am so disappointed in the fact that she doesn't get any sort of real punishment in this for literally gaslighting her stepmother for no good reason. It's not even like Linda is a bad person or something. She just
punishing her, threatening to send her off to boarding school, like movie stepmothers.
She's just this normal woman trying to, move in and make a life with her new family, and it's just like this fucking brat is just completely trying to make her feel like she's crazy.
You're not my real mummy.
I know, it's just so bad. It's like she doesn't, and she doesn't even get in trouble. Like, really. Like,
she gets a severe spanking.
I mean, it's just like, and then if we let her suffocate in there, we lose the game.
So
Like,
basically,
the only
Reese's problem with
time.
the ending is that we don't let a little girl die.
To be fair, at the time that the game came out, Jane and I were the same age. So, really, I didn't let another
But when we
girl
were
the
playing
same
the
age as me.
game,
No, Ariana, we played that game current. Jade was born in 1991. It says so on her thing. She's born
right?
in 91 or 92. Either way, basically the same age as me. So,
But when we played the game,
we played the game right when it came out. I mean, right before Secret of the Old Clock came out. Don't you remember? We just went over this in
oh
another
my god, we
podcast.
just went over this. I'm sorry.
Sister, keep up.
I mixed it up. I made Blue Moon Canyon
No.
into the. Anyway, sorry.
But yes. So we don't
But
get.
my problem.
Okay. Your problem with the ending.
My problem with the ending is I wanted a goddamn cult. We get like okay, the whole Penvolent. There we go.
You were gonna say train. I thought you were gonna say Pendragon or something.
No, I was gonna say Pendergast, which is an entirely different thing. Anyway,
They both are.
yeah. But the entire Penvolent thing is like, you know, super culty, and it's like, oh, okay, so Jane's getting initiated in, and it's gonna be like a crazy, like, deeper conspiracy thing. No, it's just a little girl being
Brainwashed.
And I wanted a goddamn cult. I wanted to take down a cult, but instead we get a little girl trapped in pottery. And that's how I'm gonna boil that down. She's trapped in pottery. We could have broken that at any time, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's a full-on rock cage.
I'm pretty sure we could have broken it.
No, isn't it metal? I feel like it's metal. Maybe I'm just getting confused because it's
Regardless,
down there in the forge.
We have plenty of shit in that.
This looks like a forge. Thank you,
metallurgy.
Nancy.
Whoa! It's a forge.
This looks like an iron forge. Is it now?
Which
this is molten
hey,
metal. I'm sorry.
Didn't somebody like comment on the fact that we kink shamed?
Yes, they did.
I'm gonna hats off to you who told you know what, you were right. We kink shamed Nancy and we apologized.
No, I don't apologize. I don't apologize at all. I'm gonna kink shame her. I'm kink shaming her. You know what? She kink shames Marcus.
That's true.
Why do you make people dress up for your castle? It's like, wow, Nancy, kink shaming this man in his own castle. Coming to this castle.
You have to dress in this. Oh, that was a terrible accent. Just pretend it.
It's okay. His is bad too, so you don't have to feel bad.
Too, but at least his is like closer. At any rate, yeah. Our other problem is, or at least my other problem is, what was the point of Nigel?
Yeah, I don't know. There's literally no point of Nigel.
Why was Nigel a thing?
I mean, did we ever think it was him? Did anyone ever think it was him?
I mean, I guess that it was supposed to be kind of like a Lewis Chandler sort of thing. Like, oh, this guy is studying the thing. Maybe it's him. Yeah. But at the same time, it's Nigel. And he's like, oh, you know, I don't want to be getting in any trouble. He gets scared of the... Okay, I would be scared of the statue moving too. But still...
I probably wouldn't like run out of the place. I'd try to figure out what was doing it.
Yeah, I would probably be like, what the shit is happening? But at the same time, what was the point of Nigel?
There was no point.
You guys, if you know the point of Nigel,
please let us know.
Like, seriously, let us know. I want to know what the point of Nigel was.
Other than just to kill us with that stupid writing out his manuscript. Oh, God. Anyone who has a manuscript that needs to be typed out is just a pretentious jackass.
You should have typed out to begin with, you asshole.
Maybe he should just go to Starbucks and just type up his...
Just go to Starbucks, type it out. You're good.
You got it, dude. He doesn't even pay us.
He doesn't. And I don't know how, but that's going to segue us. No. Okay. We're going to...
Okay. So you got it?
Got the word?
Come back around.
Rant! No. Shit. Sister, help me.
I don't know what you're trying to say. Regroup? I don't know. Clothes hanger. Outlet shopping.
Clothes hanger. Outlet shopping.
Okay.
I can't remember the word. Anyway,
That's
we're
our
gonna
Daria
go on
reference real quick.
Please leave that in.
I'm going
Let's
to.
not edit this out. Ransom of the Seven Ships.
Yep.
Everybody's favorite fucking game.
Oh yeah, our favorite. So I
love
don't. My notes for this, when I put this in, was what the fuck, WTF the fuck.
What the fuck? What the fuck? The fuck?
What the fuck, guys? That game was disappointing on so many levels.
Every level, except for the level of playing with monkeys. That's
true.
fine. I'm fine with that.
I don't know. They threw rocks at us to have us drop down cliffs.
Monkeys.
I don't care. I hate that climbing up the rock thing. It is the worst. No, that's not true. The scuba diving Sudoku is the worst.
I love that one. I beg to differ.
You know what? You only like it when we do it when we do it off screen. You know, we pause the game and finish it. Like
okay, in all fairness, in that one we do have to like take a screenshot, and I have to figure out, because you can't just do it in one sitting. It doesn't let you go back.
No, you have to go back up. You have to go back up. Go all the way back. You have to sail all the way back to refill your fucking tank, and then you have to sail all the way back to the place again and scuba dive back down there.
And doesn't it not keep your progress?
No, it does keep your progress. It does keep your progress safely.
Anyway, we've had to just pause the game, and
it's all written down now. It's all written down now.
We have it written down. We had to transpose the colors into numbers so that I could just do it, because, guys, I am a savant. Idiot savant at Sudoku. Anyway, so the major problem, the majorist is what I was going to say. Anyway. There is one goddamn suspect on this fucking island.
Unless you really want to, think, maybe George did it. Maybe George finally snapped. Maybe George finally snapped and just killed Bess. She just killed her, buried her out there. She was tired of listening to shopping stories. She was just done. George was done. She had it. She killed Bess.
George, you could have just gone away to college. No, she needed to be stopped.
Other than that, there's no one else it could be. Do you really think we're going to believe
our Nancy Drew fan fiction in which Sunny June is on the island, but Sunny June is also a crazy person on the island who was born in Ohio.
No, Oklahoma. Okay,
Oklahoma.
However,
next to a Cocoa Crinkles plant.
However, you have to admit that our Sunny June ended up being pretty much how they wrote Sunny June.
Kinda, except
I'm putting that out there.
Except instead of saying Mayans all the time, he would have said Anunnaki.
Apparently.
Can we put a link to that unfinished?
I sure will.
Thank you. Where I don't remember where. Anyway,
it's
regardless, that unfinished fan fiction we did.
In my notes, I just wrote down fan fiction, LMAO. That'll remind me.
By the way, guys, our fan fiction is
so bad.
Perfect.
So bad. We wrote it on 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah, and in very separate occasions.
But yeah, there's one guy on the island, and first of all, okay, our last episode, we were talking about Dwayne Powers being racist.
Dwayne the Rock Powers?
No, I'm just saying. No. Just think of this. Is that he just that fucking Jamaican accent? Really?
Super offensive.
So offensive.
Let's start there.
Let's just Jesus Christ, dude. That's not okay.
His Australian accent is not much better.
I mean, it's at least not racist.
But regardless, I don't know that he doesn't fool Nancy with his. So okay, Dwayne is super excited at the very end because he's like, "Oh yeah, I fooled you, ha ha ha! I am a great actor." But he didn't fool. She didn't remember who the hell he was. She was just confused by this weird man who did weird accents. But that's not the point we're going at right now.
It's a little part.
That we can tackle when we actually tackle the game.
Very true.
Regardless, it was obviously him. There was no way it was going to not be him. And so it was very upsetting.
It was.
And then there's the whole thing where he just disappears into the middle of the ocean. And I swear to God, if he wasn't eaten by a fucking shark, I'm going to form my own riot. And where is her headquarters?
Seattle, I think.
That's what I thought. I am going to storm Seattle, and I will wreak all heck.
Yeah, because he doesn't get any sort of like, either he dies at sea, and then he's just dead, but or he just actually just disappears. And it's like, really? Like, is he just gonna actually come back again? Because if he, never mind, he's never gonna come back now. Now that we don't have any of the original any development team from before at all.
Wait, there were games before we showed up?
There's no development team anymore. Just by the way, they literally fired everyone. It's just marketing people now.
They're doing a terrible job.
Yeah, their marketing team is not very good at marketing.
Right.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, seriously, Ransom, it's like he just gets away after kidnapping Beth and having her in a hole for like 3 days.
There's like the whole jewelry thing where we're trying to get the dead guy's jewelry, and like by the end of that game, I feel worse than when we did Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Like, I am getting numb flashbacks having this goddamn game.
And yet we've played it so many times. Like, that's the worst part.
In all fairness, we played it at one point. We were playing it because we wanted to figure out where the Sunny June things came into our fan fiction.
Yeah, so we played it. Yeah. That's okay. But yes.
Also, the very last note we have on our show notes is fuck that hourglass puzzle.
Seriously, it's not a good puzzle. It's not a well-made puzzle. That's my thing.
It's like the 5th time we've gone after that.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it again. I shouldn't have to set a timer. I shouldn't have to set a timer to do a fucking puzzle.
And faith. Okay, ready and.
I know. I'm just like, I shouldn't have to literally set timers to do a fucking puzzle. Like, the one in Danger by Design is bad enough where I'm having to move stuff over in complete darkness, but that's not how it works, guys. That's not how dark rooms work. You don't do stuff in the pitch dark. That hourglass puzzle is just take that and do it worse, because you die at the end. You don't just, like, not have it come out right. Although, actually, you can die in that thing where if you knock things over.
Yeah,
for some reason you can just die in the dark room.
Which I'm sure we've said it before, but in the dark room thing in Danger by Design, we just put stickers on the screen where everything is, so we don't knock shit over.
Yeah. But that hourglass puzzle, just fuck it. Just fuck it.
Fuck the hourglass. As sands through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives. And I think that's where we're going to end.
That's where we're going to end.
Our much longer than usual episode.
Yeah. So, I've still been Risa.
I may or may not be Ariana. I don't know after this particular one.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters.
And we bid you adieu.
And ask you to stay sleuthy.